kids walk through the Bible is back out. For a quick recap for everybody who doesn't know what's going on or who maybe hasn't seen another video of mine in their entire life, welcome. For those of you who want a little information about what's hip-hop happening here, I'm reading the NRSV Student Bible one story at a time. It's what I got for confirmation. I figured I should really read what my religion is, and then I can explain what I believe as we go through it. It's a weekly thing. Here we go. Isaac and Abimelech. Now there was a famine in the land besides the former famine that had occurred in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Gerar, to King Abimelech of the Philistines. The Lord appeared to Isaac and said, "Do not go down to Egypt. Settle in the land that I shall show you. Reside in this land as an alien, and I will be with you and will bless you. To you and your descendants I will give all these lands, and I will fulfill the oath that I swore to your father Abraham. I will make your offspring as numerous as the stars of heaven, and will give your offspring all these lands. And all the nations of the earth shall gain blessing for themselves through your offspring, because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws." So Isaac settled in Gerar. When the men of the place asked him about his wife, he said, "She is my sister," for he was afraid to say, "my wife," thinking, or else the men of the place might kill me for the sake of Rebekah, because she is attractive in appearance. When Isaac had been there a long time, King Abimelech of the Philistines looked out of a window and saw him fondling his wife, Rebekah. So Abimelech called for Isaac and said, "So she is your wife? Why then did you say, 'She is my sister'?" Isaac said to him, "Because I thought I might die because of her." Abimelech said, "What is this you have done to us? One of the people might easily have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us." So Abimelech warned all the people, saying, "Whoever touches this man or his wife shall be put to death." Isaac sowed seed in the land, and in the same year reaped 100-fold. The Lord blessed him, and the man became rich. He prospered more and more until he became very wealthy. He had possessions of flocks and herds, and a great household, so that the Philistines envied him. Now the Philistines had stopped up and filled with the earth all the wells that his father's servants had dug in the days of his father Abraham. And Abimelech said to Isaac, "Go away from us. You have become too powerful for us." So Isaac departed from there and camped in the valley of Gerar and settled there. Isaac dug again the wells of water that had been dug in the days of his father Abraham, for the Philistines had stopped them up after the death of Abraham, and he gave them names that his father had given them. But when Isaac's servants dug in the valley and found there a spring of water, the herders of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's herders, saying, "The water is ours." So he called the well Esek, because they contended with him. Then they dug another well, and they quarreled over that one also, so he called it Sitnach. He moved from there and dug another well, and they did not quarrel over it, so he called it Rehoboth, saying, "Now the Lord has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land." From then he went up to Beersheba, and that very night the Lord appeared to him and said, "I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not be afraid, for I am with you and will bless you and make your offspring numerous for my servant Abraham's sake." So he built an altar there, called on the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants dug a well. Then Abimelech went from him to Gerar with Ahuzath, his adviser, and Phicol, the commander of his army. Isaac said to them, "Why have you come to me, seeing that you hate me, and have sent me away from you?" They said, "We see plainly that the Lord has been with you. So we say, let there be an oath between you and us, and let us make a covenant with you, so that you will do us no harm, just as we have not touched you and have done nothing but good, and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed of the Lord." So he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. In the morning they rose early and exchanged oaths, and Isaac sent them on their way, and they departed from him in peace. That same day Isaac's servants came and told him about the well they had dug, and said to him, "We have found water." He called it Shebach. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba to this day. The word of the Lord. So, things I want to talk about. Thing number 1. I don't know which land this is. It says there's a famine in the land. I don't remember which land this is. I could probably figure it out, but that's effort. Thing number 2. A lot of jinky names. Abimelech, Ahuzath. So now we're going to go and talk about some of these names of the wells. Esek means contention. Sitnach means enmity, which is another word for like strife. And it's interesting because that's the word that God uses in the Garden of Eden in Genesis 3:15 when he condemns the serpent, who is, spoiler alert, the adversary, or the Satan, the main antagonist of the entire Bible. So it's very interesting that such a strong word is used in the context of Isaac having beef with these people about his wells, but whatever. And then there is Rehoboth, which means broad places or room, because there has been room made for them. Also, there's a beach near-ish where I live called Rehoboth Beach, so it's a broad place beach. It's a nice beach. It's not particularly big or broad. And then the final thing is Shebach, which is the name of the last well, which is similar to the Hebrew word for oath, but isn't actually. I think it's Sheba, or it's some variation of Sheba, because Beersheba, the city, means well of the oath. Also, can we talk about the fact that this whole call your wife your sister thing is something Abraham did twice and got called out for twice? So this is the third time this family's pulled this stunt, and it is not a good thing anytime. So what's the moral of this story? Why does this passage exist? Well, first of all, there's history, and it shows why a specific land has been settled, but it also shows God's providence, that when you get kicked out of your home and people keep taking your wells and stealing your water, God will still provide. And that's important because after they find a well and keep it, God shows up in a dream and it's like, I told you, you're covered. And that's what's important, that we are covered, that God's got it, no matter how awful things are looking, no matter how unlikely it seems that we're gonna get this well or whatever it is. God will provide. We just have to be patient. Also, tell people your wife is your wife so they don't accidentally sleep with her. Although, they shouldn't really be in a society in which they can sleep with her and she wouldn't be able to tell them that she's his wife, and it's just a whole situation. Also, Isaac got 100-fold on his first year of crops, which is really freaking cool. So God provides. I hope you have a great day.